Hey everyone, this is Al from Red Leaf Sports. If you want to interact with us, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Red Leaf Sports. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and Spotify.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to episode number 27 of the Red Leaf Sports Podcast. I'm Jay Marinelli and here with the boys, Big Al D'Angelo.
Back together again.
And T-Bone.
Hey.
Back together after a little extended break due to some unforeseen circumstances, aka bachelor weekend in Niagara.
It was Jay's bachelor weekend in Niagara.
A little bit of pink eye and stomach flu running around the residence here, and so we decided. And Ant was touring Niagara Falls and Montreal over the last week.
You did back to back.
Yeah, we were a little occupied and needed a little break, so. No one minded.
Nobody
and
I think everyone's okay.
you know
I think
what?
everyone
Maybe they're like, oh, good. I'm excited to hear this one.
Yeah,
I missed last
little
week.
break. I needed a little break. We're back at it, and lots to talk about from what we've missed last week, and also new this week. A lot of big stories, and of course, a big highlight of tonight's podcast. We'll definitely go over the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. They like to refer to it as, not NHL playoffs. They prefer it as it's.
I like just the playoffs.
I think it's technically the NHL terms it as the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, that's
That's the way you're supposed to say it. Not the NHL playoffs.
Stanley Cup final.
Well, Stanley Cup final is a given. But
That's what that's called.
That's for sure. No, and the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah. John Shannon gets pissed about it when guys call it the NHL playoffs. He said they term it as the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Right.
Sounds cool. I like Stanley Cup.
Sounds better.
The NBA playoffs?
The NBA Championship? What do they call it?
The NBA
playoffs. The NBA playoffs on TNT.
It's not called NHL playoffs.
NBA playoffs on TNT. Yeah. That's what you always see. Lots to talk about.
Or MLB playoffs?
Guys, week one of the Stanley Cup playoffs is so fun. Probably the best hockey.
The first game.
There might not be anything better than
the first game.
They come out so differently.
Yeah.
It's such a different intensity, and you could feel it through the screen. And if you're
feel
there,
it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I remember Boston was out for like 3 years in a row, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and they finally made the playoffs, and they were against Ottawa. And I remember watching that first game, and that's only 3 years without watching playoffs.
Right.
The difference it felt after 3 years of not watching that, I wasn't ready for it. I was like,
so what was the Leafs? 9 years?
13.
The
13
Leafs
years?
made it in what was it?
2009?
2013. Like when that was the other Boston series, the first Boston series.
So just making the playoffs is really nice. As a Leafs fan,
it's as any fan
different.
really. It makes you appreciate that.
I almost take that. I'm like, okay, we did
it.
well this year.
Yeah.
It's made me happy.
It's the third year now.
It's made me happy.
Yeah, it depends on the team you have.
For the majority of the time.
But we'll get to that for sure. But a few other little things we're gonna touch on before we get to that.
Action.
We have the March Madness NCAA Championship game going on this evening between Virginia and Texas Tech. That just started. So we have that to talk about. Opening week in the MLB, which has a lot of surprises involved, including, I think, mostly the Boston Red Sox 1-8 start.
Oh, they'll be fine.
They'll be okay.
There was a crazy stat though, and I can't remember.
Especially now, going into the series against the Jays.
I wish I saved the stat. Some guy put it out on Twitter, and it was something like only 3 teams have gone on to make the playoffs, starting 1-8, something along the lines of that. I don't know if it was 3.
8, I think.
It was something in low, single digit.
After starting,
it's crazy stats.
2-8.
Yeah,
starting
I think
to-
they were
starting
one.
2-8.
How many
Yeah.
after a World Series?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that was in that stat, but that's a good one to look up too. So yeah, there's big stories from the first week in the MLB.
They're the second worst team after winning a World Series. The Marlins in '97 are the first worst team.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They had a worse record
After this many games, after 9 games.
after 9 or after 11 or whatever it is. After 10 games,
10 games.
So they were winless.
I think they had 1 win or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're going up against the Jays now. So.
Yeah, they'll reel off at least 3 or 4
Poor
here.
Jays, they're gonna get beat up.
Oh, they're gonna get.
They're gonna go into Boston. Boston's gonna be so pissed.
Turnaround
Everybody
season.
there on that team is pissed.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go there. Here we go, swinging like at everything. Oh.
Yeah, I mean nothing surprising with the Blue Jays. It's pretty much as expected. A nice young little team. Could be exciting. Definitely when Vladdy comes.
They have
but
to start learning how to hit. I think that's how.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I think that's how new they are to the sport. Because
Now they don't know how to hit.
Now all these kids are playing every day, right? So
It's
they gotta,
not even
they gotta
kids.
learn.
It's patch in guys too, right?
Yeah,
you have
it's
your
just
Freddie
not
Galvis.
good
Galvis is an everyday guy. Look, doesn't he look like an everyday guy?
He's playing well. He's playing
Right?
well to start the season.
He looks like an everyday guy out there.
Yeah,
Grichuk, I like
Grichuk,
Grichuk.
He's
I like
again
Grichuk.
up and
I don't
down.
know,
He's up and
buddy.
down. He's
Gives
very
me a
inconsistent. He
weird
shows you
feeling.
flashes. He shows you flashes like that 2-home run game he had last week, and
Then he'll go silent.
and then he'll strike. Yeah, he'll go 1 for 12.
He
with
looks like
6
he should be an
strikeouts.
accountant, not a baseball player.
Does not look like an
Yeah,
accountant.
he looks weird. Doesn't look like a baseball player.
He looks like
A little too clean cut.
Yeah.
But
Right?
we got Teoscar.
he looks like a younger version of Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think that's my problem.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's not a big fan of Kevin
No,
Pillar.
no. I am a
It's,
big fan of Kevin Pillar.
Or his exit out of Toronto. The trade last week is one thing we missed. Fan favorite Kevin Pillar traded to the San Francisco Giants, and
He got emotional.
as expected. I mean, he seemed like he loved playing in Toronto and embraced playing in this city. He's gone through a lot. The thing with Gibby, the thing that happened a couple years ago with you know what he
The
yelled
racial slurs.
homophobic slur.
Oh, homophobic.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so yeah, he's been through a lot, and I think it was definitely time for him to go. And Ant, you want to tee us off what he said
just
today?
Going back to him being all happy, I liked Kevin Pillar when he was playing here. I thought he was a good player. I liked what he did. He
Right.
played great. It wasn't an issue.
Played tough.
Yeah, no problem with Kevin Pillar. His exit here, and I guess it's whatever. Like we talked about earlier, every player does this. But he had an emotional press conference before he left when he found out. He said how upset he was and how much he loved it here, and he grew into an adult here and a baseball player. And then he goes out and wins the first game with his new team, and it's like they won the World Series.
Yeah,
He
he said
said-
you got it.
Yeah, he said it was the best atmosphere in the clubhouse that he's ever been a part of his career.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense at all. Just don't even say it. And then half an hour later, you come out with this long apology because you just got ripped by everyone.
Yeah.
Killed, eh?
Got
I
killed.
didn't know that.
And he
I
just
didn't know
comes
he
out,
got killed.
You are, yeah, guys. Did you?
I didn't. Yeah,
You have to read the subtweets under every picture, and everyone's like,
I guess.
"You went to back-to-back playoffs.
Yeah, that's
You were
the
part
point.
of the most iconic Batfleck game.
impossible.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. Shut up."
Yeah.
I see. My thing
We
was.
forgot about your.
Yeah,
No,
you-
but my
you
mistake
said it already.
was I thought, and I just assumed this, and that was wrong of me. I thought he's got to be meaning just like as a regular season
No, he
game,
said
just
in
the
his
just the
career.
ballpark environment of being in San Fran,
He
beautiful
might have.
park.
He
But
might have, and he might come out tomorrow and say that.
but he didn't specify, and that's where you're right. If he's saying that in general, that was the best environment he's been a part of as an MLB
Doesn't make
player,
any sense.
it doesn't, because not even just the Batista flip, the Encarnacion game,
Any playoff win atmosphere.
any game
What
game
about when he
in
stole home? Didn't he
when he
steal-
stole home? Yes,
Didn't he still?
I don't know if that was the
once?
playoffs.
No,
but
it was a regular
but he
season
did,
game.
yeah.
But
That
that's
was
not an
nuts.
atmosphere for you.
The
Everyone
catches he
should-
made,
That's
the
the
catches.
biggest thing he's ever done
Yeah.
in his career. That's the best moment
Yeah.
of your career.
The catches he made, though.
Yeah.
The one over the wall, one over the
wall
fence,
at the dome.
Yes.
the one that leaping one, like
Right. It was
full
just
sprawl.
poorly put together. Maybe it was taken out of
Context,
contact. Maybe there's more to that. I don't know. I didn't hear
Got it
the
right in
full.
the nuts.
but right.
Did he?
Yeah, game of the night. One of the game of the night.
One of the games, yeah. Yankees and Astros, 3-1 Yankees, and Gary Sanchez just took
And they're having a laugh about it.
a ball in the dirt
And
off
it looks like they're having a laugh about it, guys.
the you-know-what's,
Kakonga.
Oh yeah.
the Steve
my
Coulius's.
God.
Yeah.
And
Why isn't he wearing a cup? Is he
No,
wearing a
is
cup?
wearing a cup.
it looked like it was very
he's
free-flowing, his pant
That his
area
pants
there.
are just loose. His pants are loose.
Must be. I hope he was wearing one.
He
'Cause
could be in some serious trouble.
he might
Yeah.
be. He's been down for a long time. Usually guys will pop up by...
Ooh, it hurts so much.
I
I can
can't
feel
move.
it. I can
I
feel
can't
it.
move here.
That's a long one.
Still
For getting a shot in the nuts,
so
that's pretty
much.
long.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, he's smiling.
He's
Okay,
okay.
he's good.
He's
His
okay.
face is red.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
That's
Still-
after the inning, you're going right into the clubhouse and you're just grabbing like a bag of ice
Yeah.
right on the nuts.
Make it feel way better. Oh man, that's funny. Anyway, we're talking about Pilar.
Yeah.
Hold
So
on.
whatever. If
So maybe it was taken out, but it's not. And then
I
he
know what
comes
you're saying.
out, and then he comes out 20 minutes later. With
What did
this
he
big
say
long-
in that? What did he say in that?
It's a huge. Everything
Long,
he said in the
yeah, I
press
didn't even read
conference.
it.
Everything you read, he said in the press conference.
We already know you said that, man.
Yeah, you said already.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're done.
Just get out of here.
It's over with. What are you taking a shot with? Everything that you were crying about, they gave to you. Now you're saying it's not the best atmosphere.
What's with athletes in Toronto?
Well,
DeMar
yeah.
being pissed that he got. Oh, I love
Right.
you, Toronto.
people love playing here,
Get
man.
outta here.
No, when
Get
they're
outta
here, when they're
Yeah,
here,
but now they're not here anymore.
No, I know.
Jay.
It's good to see though that players do fall in love with the city, and you know what? This fan base does get knocked a lot, but there's a lot of passionate sports
He's
fans in the
just
city.
like what we're going to talk about next, Juju and Antonio Brown. Juju
Nice,
said,
nice.
leave your emotions off Twitter or off social
Yes.
media.
Yeah.
Grown men.
Right? Leave your
Grown
emotions
men.
off it.
I don't know why Antonio Brown did that.
Because he's another idiot.
Brown, are you
Yeah.
surprised of the chain of events that have started over the last 3 years? Are you
Makes sense.
surprised? I
And
wasn't
then-
surprised at
So
all.
Antonio Brown, what did he say? He said.
So it all started
When they
well,
gave-
obviously with Antonio Brown.
They gave
being
Juju Smith-Schuster the 2018 Player
MVP.
of the Year award for the
MVP
Steelers.
To the Steelers. And Antonio Brown came out and said, boy fumbled the whole postseason in the biggest game of the year.
Yeah. Everyone went blind, too busy making guys famous, not enough reality these days. By the way, check the list. What list?
What list?
What list is he? I want to know.
He
If you
played.
post the list.
Like-
If you're referring to the list, which list?
You can insert a picture in your tweets. Go ahead and do that.
That's
Why would they give him the MVP if he wanted to leave the team?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't play didn't he not play the last game?
Right. Yeah.
You can't give you
Yeah.
that play.
Right. And then Juju came back pretty much saying, I don't
They
really
didn't
know.
give him the MVP because he's a bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're like, "No, we're not giving you the MVP.
Oh, and
Even
Juju
if
was
he way better.
wasn't he statistically better than?
Yes, he's just better. And then
Antonio
they just
Brown
go
last
back
year?
and forth, and they have a little Twitter war.
Yeah, that's
And
the
Juju
stuff I
says,
don't
Keep
understand."
your emotions off the internet. All he ever did was be happy. All I ever did was show the man love and respect for the moment I got to the league. He was generally happy for him when he got his big contract. And Antonio Brown just doesn't stop. He just comes back for more. Posts a picture.
Post some Mark Twain quote.
Posts a Mark
What?
Twain
I didn't hear this
quote, and captions it, "Shake my head." Girls,
Yeah, this is grown men, mind you.
12-year-old
Grown men.
girls post this kind of stuff
They're
on
not
Yeah.
that
Instagram.
smart, guys.
So then Juju, and then he posts a picture
yeah.
of him in
Some
college.
athletes aren't that smart.
And him in college, Juju in college, writing to Antonio Brown saying, "I'm a wide receiver for South Carolina, and I want some tips about how I should be playing. I appreciate all your hard work, and saying all this." And he
Yeah.
posts that with an emoji of what seems to be a pen and hashtag on to the next.
But that's a good thing that
I
he
know.
did.
That's what everyone was saying.
Why are you posting that, man?
No, Juju posted that,
Yeah, Juju posted that.
saying he reached out to whatever. That's exactly what it is. It's kind of high school stuff that grown professional athletes are doing.
No,
I
Antonio
can't
Brown
understand
said
it.
that.
Oh, Antonio Brown said that.
Antonio Brown said. I thought so.
Oh, wow.
He all failed. They're saying if he intended to make Juju look bad with Monday's post, he failed.
Yeah, I don't have a time for that. After the first couple tweets that I saw going by for that, I said I'm not reading all this stuff because I'm not gonna. One, I don't care, and two, I think it's crazy that these guys don't realize that this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
This is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
And then
Your teammates call each other.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Text if you want.
Yeah.
If you don't want to talk to the guy, text the
Doesn't
guy.
make him look bad at all. Reggie Bush. I was reading some of the captions,
The comments?
the comments. So Reggie Bush.
It's always fun to go down through the comments.
It is because there's some people that you want to see what they say. Reggie Bush puts. He wrote out, "You're bigger than this, AB." So athletes
See?
like this know already that he
You're
shouldn't be
bigger
doing this.
than this, AB.
Yeah,
I like that.
like you're being an idiot.
I like that.
So
But see, even stuff like that. Reggie Bush, call Antonio Brown. Say, hey, you're bigger than this, man. Why do they gotta? Why do they gotta?
because
They want
wants-
the attention.
they want the attention.
They want the
They want it.
And I get it, but
they want to
come
be
on.
talked about on Red Leaf Sports.
Come on, yeah, they want.
That's what
they
it
want
is.
us guys at Red Leaf Sports,
That's what it is.
local North Toronto sports podcast. Well, that's got a little. Oh,
Yeah,
$5
it's okay.
to the jar, man.
Oh, $5 to the jar.
Yeah, so that whole fiasco was definitely the hottest story in the NFL.
Is that our first caller?
Was that a call-in?
It's my grandmother, so I gotta go call her back.
Okay,
definitely,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, that was the big story in NFL. Anything else from baseball before we move on to?
How did we get into AB and Juju?
Because we were talking thing, and then we segued to the thing.
So
but
early takes.
yeah,
Some
the
early
Red
takes.
Sox obviously.
Philly looks really good.
Philly looks another team as expected. You had some
As advertised.
high expectations for that team.
They look good.
With the roster.
10, 11 games in.
Other game of the night, we have the Phillies at home to the Washington Nationals. Phillies up 4-3. Top of the ninth. And
Nobody out.
yeah, other than that, like we said, the Red Sox, the Yankees got off to a pretty slow start. Most
Oh,
strikeouts,
but-
tied most strikeout. No, I think they beat the record of most team strikeouts in a game.
Really?
Yeah.
The Yankees.
Yeah.
I could see that with
Yeah.
Stanton and Judge.
I think it was like 20, 21, something like that.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to look that up quickly right now. It was a crazy
I didn't
stat.
hear that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So they got off to a bit of a slow start, but they have a lot of injuries. A lot of guys have been hurt. Severino, Stanton got hurt, right?
Yep.
What's his name?
Come on.
CC Sabathia hurt. Not that he's a huge piece, but
Not a big factor, but it just goes to show that they do have tons of injuries right now.
yeah, Clayton Frazier came
So-
up and he's tearing it up.
If
And Gleyber Torres is having a good sophomore start. Aaron Judge is another
if you
home
think
run
about
tonight.
it, they're gonna just get better than that. You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
the same thing
And
with the
and
Red
Sox
Sox.
are just
Yeah.
gonna be better. They're just gonna be better. They're the world championship team. They're not. It's all the same guys.
Right.
They should be just as good. Maybe they're not as hungry as they were last year. You think that might be one of the issues?
Could be the usual championship hangover effect. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think other than that, what's going on in the NL? We said the Phillies,
Dodgers look good.
Dodgers
you know.
look good. That's going to be an interesting team to keep an eye on. Bellinger off to a torrid start.
White hot start.
Yeah, here we go. Yankees-Cubs game sets record for most strikeouts. Is that combined teams then? Maybe it's combined.
Why is there no one at these games?
You know what? They don't get a lot of money from tickets. Well, they don't. I shouldn't say that. They still get a lot of money from tickets, but it's mostly TV revenue.
So no one goes to the games anymore?
Well, people do. Everybody.
These games are empty in
Houston.
Philly.
Houston's packed all the time. Bam! I'll change it
Okay.
to the Houston game. You'll see how packed it is. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, Houston's jumping.
Houston's jammed. Depends if you're doing good. It's cyclical, is what it is.
Well, Philly. They're in Philly. It's top 9 against Washington. They're down by 1. There's no one there. People leaving already?
In Philly.
Oh, yeah, they're up by 1.
So the Yankees struck out 18 times against the Tigers.
Sounds like the Jays.
I mean, so if the Yankees do it...
But I was telling Jay, we know that they're just going to get better.
That's a lot of... That's 27 outs.
That's it,
and
yeah.
they struck out 18 of them.
Yeah, so more than half.
Every player that went up to bat had at least one strikeout.
The Jays had that the other day.
Yeah.
But that doesn't surprise me if that's a Jays stat. I'm not even reading this on the
no,
podcast
no.
if that's the
Yankees
Jays.
Yeah, so what's surprising more? The Jays or the Yankees? That amount of strikeouts a game.
The Yankees.
You're right, the Yankees.
So yeah, that was a interesting kind of stat. But okay, so
Tampa Bay looking solid.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is as usual. That pesky team that's going to be hanging around, but I think the big boys, Yankees and Red Sox, are going to pull ahead.
Seattle, no?
Seattle had
Philly.
a very hot start as well. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on things in the MLB. But before we do the NHL Stanley Cup playoff preview, let's touch base quickly on we'll go through each series. We can pick our winners. And the March Madness Championship tonight. Al, you want to give a quick check-in on there?
Let's go.
We're not even going to bother going through our bracket because like most.
Oh, how was your bracket?
Yeah, like 99% of people's brackets.
Right? How's your bracket doing?
Yeah.
No.
You
know what? We started off good.
We did start off great.
I think we were like 8 for 8.
Yes.
Right at the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, but this year was weird. It was not a lot of upsets, not a lot of crazy buzzer beaters.
There wasn't many buzzer
If you really think about it,
nothing really crazy happened.
The
biggest thing is Duke getting
the
eliminated.
Duke games came down. Those 2 games could have been
They should have
buzzer
lost
beaters.
2 games before.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's really strange when you see a team like that struggle when it comes to this tournament. And Gonzaga, both lost in the Elite Eight. I told these guys my story about my Niagara adventure trying to find the Gonzaga game from my hotel room to running over to the
story. Tell that story.
No, a quick version. Running to the casino, trying to see if it was on any of the TVs at any of the tables. Wasn't. Finally saw it in the bar on the big screen. 5 minutes later, they changed the channel and put it onto the Raptor game, so I couldn't watch the rest of the game.
Why didn't you just tell them to change it back?
I'm not going to tell Fallsview Casino
screen
to change the big screen.
Why not?
From the Raptor game to the Gonzaga game.
I think you would be totally within your rights to do that.
Well, we already had a bad situation, speaking of asking to change the channel. For those of you who haven't been to Niagara Falls or have been there and haven't tried out a place called the Blue Liner, it's a breakfast diner owned by Marcel Dion and his family. Anyways, boys went in for breakfast. A friend of ours asked the young waitress to change the channel to the Formula 1 race qualifying. She proceeded to somehow break the TV. Wasn't working anymore.
That's when it went off the rails.
And Marcel Dion came in and was not impressed. Tried to fix it. He was pissed.
Marcel Dion himself.
Hall of Famer Marcel Dion is fuming at this point. Goes to say hi to every table in the place but ours.
Does a beeline right past you.
Doesn't even make eye contact. Doesn't even ask us how our eggs are. Doesn't even ask us if we need more coffee. Fantastic breakfast there.
Marcel Dion didn't know that.
Fantastic.
You guys pissed him off with the TV.
So
guy number 0?
He probably hasn't changed that TV, the channel on that TV in 10 years.
In years.
Maybe more.
And our friend decided.
Was it the only TV in the place?
With that
in our room, yeah. Then the other one, there was probably another TV in there.
Yeah.
But he was not impressed with us. He didn't even nothing, eye contact, nothing. Well, so we pissed off Hall of Famer Marcel Dion last week.
And you didn't want to piss off the Fallsview Casino people.
No, I don't want to go 2 for 2 on that. So. Yeah, that was my little sports adventure in Niagara there, but
it was an okay March Madness, whatever.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
It's good for these kids, and it's good for the schools that are in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
and obviously, there's a lot of betting.
Virginia
money
and
being won on it as
Texas Tech, who are in the finals.
Yep.
They
11-6 right now.
They've never been there before. Both teams.
Both
right?
teams have first appearance. I believe I
Good.
saw that as well.
Isn't that
yeah.
nice?
It's nice.
Virginia, I would have thought.
12-6 Virginia, early, halfway through the first.
Where are they? Where is this?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Is it a mini?
Yeah.
Cool. Looks cool in there.
I don't know. Are you guys a fan of the raised floors with the sunken benches?
Well, this is because they have to do it in a football stadium.
Yeah, so it's got to be up higher for the people that are watching around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't
yes,
like
I'm a
it.
fan of
I don't
people's
like it.
peeing. I'm
No,
a
I
fan
don't
of-
like it though.
But they can't just do it in a regular basketball court?
No, because they got to sell
You have too
500
many
million
people, man.
tickets. They got to sell 50,000, 40,000 tickets. In one of those arenas, they're gonna fit what, 20?
25, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It always bugged me, the sunken benches with the raised
You know what
court.
bothers me? Why do they still have the Final Four on the floor? Like, they could change
They
it.
played the Final Four.
I know, but they could change it to final now.
They should have changed it to
They
the finals.
Like, why hashtag Final Four? Okay, we know.
Hashtag
that was
championship.
last- Yeah, hashtag championship, hashtag, yeah.
Natty Championship. Right? Anyways.
Things that make you
Till,
go,
till next March.
Till next March.
Till next March.
Till the madness of next March.
We'll continue to give updates throughout these matches.
Yep. So, what else do we got, boys? The world of soccer. Don't look now, guys. Italy can score goals,
Yeah.
which is a first in many years. That young Moise Keane looking very good.
You know what?
by the day.
Juve has hung on to that little treasure.
I had no idea who he was till about a month ago, month
Who
and
did
a
he
half
come
ago.
with before? He was in their program all the way up?
Yeah. Young.
Yeah. He's
Very
19.
young.
He's 19 years old.
Wow.
And he's been there for a bit. Not like a long time.
No.
But 3 years maybe?
Probably signed him when he was 15.
16,
16?
How long
17.
with the first club?
He's been with the first club for like
3 years.
yeah, but not playing
Not
at all.
playing.
Yeah.
Not playing at all, just training with them.
He went from not playing at all to playing in a Champions League.
Yeah, he's gonna. He's
like,
like
in the span of what?
now he's gonna almost if he's coming as advertised, if he's this good, right? Because he scored a lot every game. If he's this good, then you can get rid of Dybala and it would be okay. I'm not saying I want to get rid of Dybala, but it looks
you need
like
someone to
players,
come in
though.
and
Different
replace
kind
him.
of players.
he could replace Dybala.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Playing with Ronaldo?
let's not let's see a little bit more from him before I start replacing him with a
I'm saying
world-class
if
player
if
like
he
Dybala.
comes as advertised,
Yeah, you're right.
He's gotta
You said
keep up
that.
this
he's
pace.
That's
got to
right.
keep up
Yes,
his. He keeps
yes.
up his pace. Then you can
Yeah.
afford to sell Dybala.
Yeah, he's definitely a big story, and Italy in the Euro Cup qualifiers began a few weeks ago.
Sorry, I took it straight to Juve.
Yeah, right into Juve. I gotta
Oh, he
steer-
plays for Juve, eh?
Juve Milan played this past weekend. Another little controversial ending to that
No,
game.
that was a penalty
as
shot.
always.
That was
a
a
handball.
It should have been a
Yeah,
handball.
yeah.
It should have been a handball.
Yeah.
But it seems I keep seeing all these Milan fans on Twitter just posting stuff about how they get screwed every time they play Juventus.
That's good.
Well, their
And,
penalty shot was a penalty shot. Juve's penalty shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dybala's goal. But it's just funny. It's funny that they, it is what it is. What are you gonna
It's
do?
fans.
I would do the same if it was
Yeah,
the other
exactly,
way around. So
exactly.
that was big. Hazard guy scored a goal today. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen that goal, look it up. He scored a goal for Chelsea today. Wow.
Today being Monday.
Wow.
taping.
I'd suggest looking that up, guys, if you two haven't seen it either.
I heard today that he's going to Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, they have a pre-contract set in
I
place.
heard on
Really?
I heard on
$100 million.
today.
Yeah, your boy Sid for sure broke that. Yeah. He has Real Madrid written all over him.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer for them. They got to get things geared back in order on that team. And that
They're out, right? The Champions League already.
they are out, yeah.
So strange to not have Real Madrid in. They're always in.
Well, if there's going to be a year where they're not, this was the year. They've had a bad year domestically. Champions League, but was it Ajax they lost to?
Was it Ajax?
Yeah, I believe it was Ajax. So, yeah, that's gearing up soon too.
That's
no?
this week.
Champions League is this week?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's
Already?
this week.
Wednesday, yeah.
Let me triple check for you here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Pull that up because I was
Ajax
wondering.
Juventus, Wednesday, April 10th.
Wow.
3 p.m.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well there you go.
This is a big sports week, man. Boom. MLB, full swing. NCAA finals
Yeah.
Tonight.
Playoffs start in like 3 days for the NHL.
Yeah.
NBA's coming up.
5 days for the NBA.
Yeah.
5 days for the NBA. This is insane.
This is the week of
Tomorrow's NHL draft lottery.
draft lottery.
Doom. The next day is Juve Ajax Champions League.
Yeah.
The next day the Masters start.
Oh yeah, the Thursday.
This might be the best sports week of the entire
Wow.
calendar year.
This is the best sports week.
Well, we've said this a few times, so now for sure it's April.
I think this
we know
beats
it's
now that we
April.
brought
Well,
this
okay.
up. Yeah, this
Here
is
we go.
it.
What's
This is
gonna-
it.
In October,
How do you
we
beat
got to
this?
go back to it. No, I know the Masters trumps it.
It's you're
Not
because
Not everything.
you're only
And then
getting
you go
baseball playoffs.
Masters
Yeah.
on top of it all.
You're only getting baseball playoffs, T. You're not getting
Right.
NHL or NBA and NFL's regular season too.
Right, they're
Those are all regular
season
season
starting,
except for
if you're
baseball.
talking about finals like championships, with
Yeah,
the playoffs
they're
starting
coming
and
down.
the Masters and NCAA.
This week does literally have
it
everything.
does have everything.
And it has your stag. It makes sense.
And the stag,
Jay
perfect.
Stag Friday, if you guys
Perfect.
If you
are.
guys wonder if
On
you're listening,
the best.
You wanna come
Purchase
to a
tickets,
stag?
just DM us.
www.redleafsports.
How about
We'll get you
save
in.
save $10. Quote Red Leaf Sports. Save $10
I
on
like
the
that
ticket.
one. I like that one.
Unless
Yeah.
you've already committed to a ticket, then you don't save $10.
No.
Yeah.
You're already counted.
You're already on the list. You don't get it.
Well, throw it on Instagram,
Can't
Jay.
be-
Put a
can't be like-
swipe up for 20% or 10%
10,
off.
10 yeah, 10%
the
off.
ticket.
I'm gonna write just swipe up and not know. Just leave it because.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Okay,
Swipe
so
what?
let's pick another one of these great events this week. What else in soccer? Okay, finish with soccer.
Other than the Champions League coming up, that's
Champions League's crazy.
pretty much it. But yeah,
When,
this week of sports is definitely the best week of the year.
This is the week.
There's nothing can beat this. Nothing can beat this.
Wow.
You have golf, college basketball, NBA basketball playoffs, NHL
It's done.
playoffs,
It's over there.
There.
Champions League,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and MLB
Right.
And domestic leagues in soccer are
and MLS.
finishing up too.
MLS off to a decent start.
You throw MLS in the mix.
That
Is there a race
the
this
new
weekend,
the
too?
new guy. What's his
Is
name?
there a race this weekend?
I'm not sure.
Is there a race this weekend?
If there's a race, it already is the best sports week. But
You can't.
what's his name? The guy that TFC just got this year, the Spanish guy, scored that
I don't know
awesome
his name.
chip.
I don't know his
Wow.
name. I can't
Yeah,
quote his
we're,
name.
Apologize to TFC fans.
They're playing better too.
I watched the
They're
They're
not watching their games.
They're
The
not
second half of
worrying
the game.
about any other leagues. There's no Champions
No.
League.
No.
There's none of this garbage.
So they're playing soccer again.
It's just straight.
Well, yeah, they had a pretty decent start. Al, do you want to give a little love to the Canadian boy, the PGA
Corey Connors
this past weekend?
won the Valero Texas Open yesterday. 15th Canadian
To
to
win.
win a
tournament.
PGA tournament.
Only 15, in history.
Jay, this guy's a Monday. He qualified on Monday. Okay, qualified on the Monday. So okay, good. I don't have to go. Oh, we'll just do this tournament. Wins the tournament.
He had a 6-player playoff on the Monday to win that,
See,
to qualify. Plays in the tournament.
Wow.
The guy that he lost, or the guy that came in second, came in like second last in the tournament because it was the top 2 guys.
there you go.
Qualifier.
The top
He
2
won.
qualifiers.
The
won.
top 2 qualifiers won. He won. The guy that lost the qualifier but still made it apparently finished close to the
I
bottom.
think he just got married last year. His wife was all going crazy.
I heard about that. They had
Just
funny
showing her-
Yeah,
memes
some
and stuff.
funny pictures of her holding the wine glass, freaking
Yeah.
out. That's good stuff. That's good golf.
You would be free. Yeah, that's golf. That's so golf.
Right?
That's so golf.
That's it's
Isn't it
nice
golf?
to hear. It's nice to hear.
Were we
Good
looking up
old,
if F1s this
I'm
weekend too?
looking. I'm having trouble. Your internet's not the best down here.
It is the best down here.
Wait for that 5G to get here.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about that?
Watch out for the 5G.
It's coming soon.
Don't let it read your mind.
So yeah, Corey Connor, beauty,
Nice Canadian story.
stamped his
Red
tickets
Leafs,
to the Masters.
That's right.
What a whirlwind week!
You go from not even thinking you're going to even play in that tournament to going to play in the Masters.
Now you're going to the Masters. He was at the Masters one time before, As an amateur, he played with Mike Weir, shot an 80. Then he shot a 69 the next day.
Wow.
So that's his one experience. He got caught.
Him in the Masters?
As an amateur.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he got cut. If you can cut amateurs. I don't know. All amateurs might just play through.
Why would they cut them? The point of them playing is to play the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the Masters?
Rory.
I'm going DJ.
I think Rory's going to win. He's coming in on fire.
I'm going DJ. Just because I saw Gretzky putter cover.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Shit.
It's very good.
It's a good
Jersey
pick.
and a
I
putter
gotta change
cover.
mine now.
So this weekend,
What's Jersey?
Sunday,
Oilers or Kings?
Oilers, I think.
Oh.
I think. This Sunday, I
Kings
think,
would
is
be
the
cool.
Chinese Grand Prix.
There
This
you go.
Sunday at 2 a.m.
And it is now official. The best week of sports.
Best week of sports. Okay, do you want to do? We'll jump into a little bit of basketball, and then
Name
we'll.
of the podcast. The best week in sports.
You want to change
You want
it?
to change your name?
This
to the
episode.
Best,
the
best week
episode.
in sports. Absolutely, that's the
Okay.
title of.
Bam.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice, Sal.
God, don't even have to think about it.
Let's do a little basketball, and then we'll do the Stanley Cup playoff preview in the second half. But
Good idea.
the Raptors are
Nail it in the second half.
Raptors are wrapping up the end of the regular season. Big, nice little win against the Miami Heat, who are battling for a playoff spot. Dwayne Wade's last game in Toronto.
Are they the only team not to give him a gift?
They didn't give him one.
I don't know. Not that I care.
They probably
Not
did
that I'm
something.
upset
T.
that he didn't
They
get a
probably
gift.
did
They
something.
probably
I'm just
did
saying.
something.
I'm seeing him go
was
to.
Drake
A,
there?
They probably gave him
No,
like
I
an
didn't
OVO
see.
jacket. Drake hasn't been there in a while.
Playoffs. Playoffs will come.
He'll probably be back for playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. I see a lot of teams giving him.
Yeah, that's what they do. It's the victory lap, right?
Yeah.
They go around and everything. Popovich gave him a Ginobili.
That's what I'm saying.
Duncan, and Parker signed jerseys.
Like, I hope Weed gave something like that.
What do you think they give him? A Vince Carter? No.
Vince
DeMar
Carter
DeRozan
and-
signed jersey?
I hope.
Sorry, man. That's
is
all
all
we
we
got.
got.
This is what we got right now.
This is all we got.
You want a Kawhi Leonard? We don't know if he's going to be back, so I don't know if you want a Kawhi
Well,
Leonard.
Bosch. I mean, you can get a
Yeah,
Bosch.
you a
but
Bosch.
he's your buddy. Here's
Yeah,
Bosch
Bosch.
and Carter. That's
For
what
sure.
You're gonna do.
Yeah, so he... do you see that little thing with Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
Saying that he was better than Dwayne Wade?
Yeah. He got shut down really quick on that.
Yeah,
on his own show.
But that's just such a Paul Pierce thing to... I hated Paul Pierce when he played
On
for
the show, they
Celtics.
Jalen
They
Rose.
shut it down.
Jalen Rose was going through his stats.
Oh, for
He's like,
sure.
Dwayne Wade has this, and you don't have this. Dwayne Wade has
Good,
this. Yeah, you don't
The
have
one
this.
thing he did say that has a little bit of merit is like, give me Shaq, give me LeBron,
but-
I'll win 3-2.
Yeah, but they went to him. He
Yeah.
went to Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen went to
him.
Boston.
Yeah.
Shaq.
Yeah, he
went-
did have the big three, the original big three.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
He did have the original
Shaq
big three.
went to Miami.
Yeah.
Though Dwayne Wade was there already.
Yes.
LeBron and Chris Bosh went to Miami.
Yeah.
They kind of had
LeBron
to because
went.
their only other
Chris
choice was either
Bosh was
Toronto
followed.
or Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
So Miami was the unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Miami, Toronto, or Cleveland?
With
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Wade was probably just come
Just
here.
come
Guys,
here.
You're not gonna come to Miami?
Yeah.
We're in Miami.
You want to go? You want to go to Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm here already.
Wanna go
Listen,
to Canada?
guys, I'm not coming to Toronto or Cleveland. So if you guys want, you come to Miami.
You guys want to go through customs 40 times a year? Are you nuts?
Think about that.
What are you nuts?
You gotta go customs and to minus 25 degrees? No thanks. But yeah, so that's a nice farewell tour for Dwayne Wade. A hell of a player. He was a great player
I'm
to
happy
watch.
He's getting this
And
victory lap.
yeah,
Good for
yeah,
him.
it's nice. Good for them.
Yeah,
But
good for him.
the
He was
Raptors,
good.
yeah, they pulled out a win in overtime. They've looked good coming down the stretch. The good thing is they're healthy, knock on wood, where the guys are getting minutes and they're playing together, which is great.
That's the key, I think. I think the key is them playing together.
Right, and now that's it, though. One more game tomorrow.
I think they look fine. Everyone was worried since they got Marc Gasol.
Oh, yeah. You see that? The three-point percentage?
The winning percentage.
And the winning percentage, 3-point and assists.
Yeah.
Have, skyrocketed.
I saw the winning
skyrocketed.
The winning percentage, Al, they were on pace for 65 to 70 wins.
Yeah.
If he played the whole season.
The whole season.
Now, 70s that's a lot.
Yeah,
of wins.
let's even say 60s.
60.
That's crazy.
5's a lot too, but
what are they at? What are they going to get under 60, right?
Just under.
Yeah, I can't remember what the record is. I'll pull it up quickly now.
Anyway, they should be doing not much. Just chill through this game, and that's it.
But yeah, so they're gonna end up playing, guys. It's gonna be, oh man, if they get Detroit,
it's gonna be Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn. Right now, it's set up for the Magic. But they're tied with the Nets. Pistons are in 8th. Actually, yeah, Pistons are going to end up in the 8th spot. So they'll be playing the Bucks, and the Raptors are going to be playing the Magic or Brooklyn Nets. That should be, either of those teams, a 5-game series max.
Yeah. So they have 57 wins. So
they're
with Gasol for a full year, I give them another 3 wins.
Minimum, yeah. 60 to 62 wins.
60 to 62 wins.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to say 70.
You don't want to say 70, no, but it's a small sample size. That's what it's on pace for. So
and let's not forget they didn't have Valanciunas or him for a long stretch. Right? Valanciunas was hurt until he got traded.
The games Kawhi missed too.
Yeah, Kawhi missed 20 games this year.
Yeah.
So look at that, and you still won 57 games. Could be 58.
Yeah, Gasol and Leonard for 20 extra games.
Right. Yeah.
That's at least I give 5 more wins.
There you go.
No, so more. Think about it. They're gonna
maybe,
go 20 more
8.
games.
I go 8 wins. 8 to 10 wins, I think.
Yeah.
I don't go more.
No, because you can't go more on. I see what you're saying. Yeah, 5 to 8.
Right?
5 to 8. Yeah, but
to be realistic, there could be more. They could win 10 of those games, but you.
I think the good thing is, they're riding in, playing, getting some reps together, and the first series should be 5-game max. Then it looks like they're gonna line up to play the 76ers. That's gonna be if you don't know Joel Embiid, guys, you're gonna know who he is after that series, because that guy is gonna be one of the most hated players to play against the Raptors playoff team by the end of that series, and he is a hell of a player. So you're gonna get both sides of him, and the Toronto fans are not gonna enjoy playing against that guy for 7 possible games. But the playoffs around the corner, starting Saturday. Knowing the Raptors, they'll get a nice Saturday 12:30 afternoon start time.
Brutal,
bright and early,
as per usual.
Bright and early,
and they'll come out flat.
Well, because Milwaukee and Detroit would be a better series.
Milwaukee's going to get prime time 100%. Boston or Philly are going to get. Boston's probably going to get prime time, obviously. So they'll get a early 1 o'clock maybe. I don't know what time they're going to start, but they're going to get an afternoon game 100%. And then in the West, it looks like the Golden State Warriors, as expected, locked up that 1 spot, and the Denver Nuggets hung around all year. Weren't just a blip. They finished 2nd, Houston Rockets in 3rd, and it'll be Lakers, as we know, out of the dance, and Denver, big off season for them.
Denver and San Antonio.
Yeah, that'll be a great series. Then you got the Rockets and OKC Thunder. Nice. That's gonna be a hell of a series.
Again, the first week of
everything
NBA is fantastic.
Yeah, everything. So yeah, big things to come in the NBA. We'll have a lot to talk about that on the next podcast. But we'll take a little break here now, guys, and then we'll jump back into the second half.
And another bottle of water.
We can talk about. Remind me to talk about how I don't like the format.
Right, that'll come up, I'm sure. That'll come up eventually.
Okay, I can't promise I'm going to remind you, but...
Promise.
Well, we'll see. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back very shortly. You'll catch us on the other side. You're listening to the Red Leaf Sports Podcast. All right, welcome back to the second half of the Red Leaf Sports Podcast, episode number 27. As mentioned, we're going to end things off in the second half here with a nice Stanley Cup preview, Red Leaf Sports Edition. We'll go through each series. We'll give our takes and our predictions from each one. We'll do first round only, and then we can move on to the next round. Let's start with first round, because we'll do some in-depth analysis of each matchup, I'm sure.
Fine.
So let's lead off Wednesday night, just around the corner. As we mentioned, best time of year. Columbus Blue Jackets at the Tampa Bay Lightning are the official first game on the playoff schedule, 7 p.m. start. This is, the Blue Jackets, we all expected especially after their trade deadline moves, we expected them to be in the playoffs.
I'm happy that they're in the playoffs because maybe it'll, other teams will be like, okay, let's try and get a couple big guys at the trade deadline.
Well, Al,
maybe other teams will go for it.
Their reward is playing one of the hottest teams in NHL history.
I know.
Not
just saying,
not
nice
one of the hottest teams of the year in NHL history. Tied most wins in a season with 62.
Who would you compare him to historically? Like the dominance.
It's got to be one of the Habs teams.
Habs, those Red Wing teams.
The Red Wings won 60.
Those Oiler teams.
Games.
I don't know what the record was before, but
so top 5.
The thing is with Columbus, that's the thing. You battled, you finished though in the 8th spot in the last day. The Habs fell out in that shootout, Columbus won in the shootout that eliminated the Montreal Canadiens. But I think it might be an all-for-nothing kind of thing for Columbus. I don't see them bringing this more than 5.
I was going to say,
I think that's a unanimous
the most important
decision.
Game for them in this series, and it might be in every series, but more specifically in this series, is that first game. Mm-hmm. Columbus has to win that first game to have a shot in the series.
Yeah. I don't even think, even if they do win that, I can see. It's just such...
Yeah, they probably still won't.
Right.
If they don't, they might go 4.
Hey, listen, they had the Capitals on the ropes 2-0
they were
in overtime.
Yeah.
A goal away from going up 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah. So, anything, we've seen this before, and it's so easy for me to say...
Yeah, but the Caps weren't...
Lightning and
Lightning.
They weren't, and that's the difference. So, that's going to be a great team to watch to see if Tampa Bay can get over the hurdles that they've... and letdowns that they've had in previous years. Listen, they've had really good teams in previous seasons, and they seem to not be able to pull through when it matters. So we'll find out if they're for real this year. Yeah. This is a team you can't really measure to others, but yeah, it's I think it'll be a good series, some good hockey. Listen, Columbus has got a good team too, but I think that's an obvious one. Tampa Bay Lightning around the table.
Yep, I go Lightning.
The next matchup we have is the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Islanders.
This is an interesting one.
I'm a little bit was looking at this today, and it's...
I think if you're the Islanders, you're not too happy that you have to play the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Right. A Penguins
Other
team,
way around, the Penguins have to beat these guys to still prove that they're around.
Yeah, the Penguins have been a very inconsistent team this year, and
when you look at the NHL standings, how they finished, that's a 5 versus a 9. If you look at the overall
league standings.
So we're going to talk about format? Let's talk about format.
Okay.
You want to jump right into format right now?
Well,
I guess we should have did it before we started going through the things, but bring it up. Yeah,
Google.
bring it up now.
We can do it now.
So back to Tampa and Columbus. So that's a 1 versus 13 in the overall standings.
So if you
almost
rank
a
1 to 16.
So Tampa finished with 128 points. They finished first.
Yeah.
Colorado
finished 16th.
Finished 17th in the league with 90. Montreal squeezed in there, finished 14th with 96.
They would have been in.
If
they ranked it. You know what? Why?
Over the last 3
You can't
teams,
do that, though.
Dallas, Vegas had 93 points, and Colorado finished with 90, and Montreal finished with 96.
I don't think you can do that. I think you got to make winning your conference a thing.
Yeah.
Still.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know
You're
what I-
looking
do you know what
at
I
it
mean?
overall, 1 to 16.
I think 1v8 is the best way to do it, the way they used to do
Right,
it.
but this is...
And then reseeding after that.
Reseed after, yeah. One in each
Run
conference.
Yeah.
It's not changing, though. It's not changing, guys. We can... that's
not-
the
Gee,
thing.
I don't like
It's
it
not-
because
I know you
I
don't.
can't watch a Leaf. I haven't been able to watch a Leaf game in like a month and a half.
Right, and I'm the same way, Al.
Because
I'm the same
we've
way.
known since December,
Right.
January that they're going to be Boston.
But
in
they're
the
not
first round.
changing it. They're not changing it
Like, what's the
anytime soon, if at all.
Well, they said next year they're taking a vote on it. So
They're
we'll
going
go
to do another
next year.
vote. Well, I think it's still going to stay in.
point? That's progress.
The league likes it. I think the owners like it, and
I don't know
that's
why.
why I think we're going to
I
be
don't
stuck
like
with it.
I don't know why the
Some
the
players,
like,
it's a mixed reaction. You hear some other players.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's more fair. Like, first of all, Tampa's again one of the best teams, and what's their reward? They get to play the winner of the Leafs Bruins.
Yeah,
Like-
it's more the second round that gets a little
That's
messed up.
kind of
Well, even the Leafs Bruins. So that series, a first round series, is the third place team against the seventh place team in the league.
Yeah.
It's a first
You
round.
see that?
Is a first round,
That's tight and up there.
right?
It is
The
what
Leafs
it
finished
is.
seventh,
It's-
eh?
Yeah, they were tied with
See,
Nashville
that's pretty
and
good.
Pittsburgh. Nashville and Pittsburgh.
That's pretty good. Like, can you fault, like, say if they lose to Boston now, can you fault, I was going to say, can you fault people for wanting Babcock fired?
No, you can't. That's yeah, okay. You
The
can't.
playoffs.
Yeah, let's
We are talking
let's
about the playoffs.
let's get into that convo when we
Okay,
do Leafs
let-
Boston.
yeah.
But I know what you're saying, and I don't think anybody should have any valid reason to think he should get fired because this is a team that yes is expected to do well with the roster in there.
They still have
you
to
know,
lose. Tampa, as good as they are, have
Yeah.
lost the last 5 playoffs.
They have.
They lost in the Cup final. They lost in the conference final. They lost in the second round a bunch of times.
right.
Right?
But okay, let's
Lightning
finish.
Lightning are primed.
Right. Let's finish with Pittsburgh and the Islanders here. So I was
Okay,
going.
who you guys taking?
I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
Me too. I'm going Pittsburgh.
I think just based on experience, based on just sheer talent. I was looking at their rankings, their team rankings this season. The Penguins are 6th in goals. Islanders are 22nd. Penguins are 5th in shots on goal. Islanders are 29th. Power play percentage. Penguins are 5th. Islanders are 29th.
These guys know how to
Shooting.
play.
The
know?
Penguins are top 10 and everything, but the Islanders still finished ahead of them, which is a crazy.
Yeah, they finished ahead of them by 3 points.
Right, and that's where you look at the what's 3 points.
Islanders
right.
have
What's
had
3
better
points?
goalkeeping.
More
The Islanders
consistent.
have had better goalkeeping.
More consistent.
Yes, that's what the difference. The defense, it flips. So Pittsburgh's defense side is in the bottom half of every stat,
Right.
where the Islanders are in the top half for all of theirs. So you know what they say though, defense wins championships. So we'll see if that
Not if
comes
you're
into
Pittsburgh
play.
Penguins, though.
Or if you're Sidney
'Cause
Crosby and
other than
Evgeny
Chris
Malkin.
Letang, Pittsburgh and these Stanley Cups, I mean, they've had good defenses,
Guys,
but they haven't
Pittsburgh
been
could
crazy.
win the whole thing this
they
year,
could,
too,
And they've
yeah.
had great goaltending performances from Fleury and Murray.
Right, exactly.
Two
They're not,
huge goaltending
And
performances.
Crosby and Malkin and Letang
Exactly.
and
You
Kessel.
had those 3 guys.
These guys know how to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to take
Oh
Pittsburgh
yeah, these
too.
guys are Stanley Cup champions.
Right.
They just will turn it on when they want to.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one
Okay,
as well for us at least.
let's move on.
Moving on in the East, we have, as we were just saying, we're so excited to start talking about the third time in 6-7 years now. Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Boston Bruins. Hits close to home for us as myself, the Bruins
I
fan,
don't even like
and
talking to you about that.
everyone else, Leaf fans. I think, see, you guys, I'm at the point with this rivalry. Yes, this format creates rivalries. We brought this up. We've been friends for 20 years now. Up until 2013, we never saw a game of significance between the Bruins and the Leafs in 13 years.
Right.
So look what it created. It created a Boston-Toronto rivalry that is, let's not, let's call a spade a spade. It's been fucking fantastic hockey.
Yeah.
Two 7-game series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right down
CRI.
to the last period,
Yeah.
guys. This is not just blowouts like one way or the other. These are great series.
No.
So it's created this rot. But I'm at the point now where it's like, and maybe it's because I'm a Bruin fan in Toronto, so maybe I'm getting tired of it. I'm like, let's
see something else.
Come on,
well,
let's
see something else.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, and you guys
So
too.
according to 1-16, if they reseeded 1-16, it would have been Montreal, Toronto in the first.
Right?
That's different. That's new.
That's the next thing that needs to happen. That's the next thing that needs to happen. So that's the
Other than the Pittsburgh Islanders, this is my obviously it's my favorite matchup because it's a Leaf Boston. It's the two series where I see the most rivalry involved, right?
Yeah, I guess the Leafs are just gonna get bowled over.
No,
man.
I don't think they're gonna get bowled over.
No.
What evidence?
I do.
I think Boston is a better team in playoffs. But what evidence? And I'm not trying not to talk as a Leaf fan here.
No.
But what evidence, as Jay just said, in the playoffs that these two have played against each other, that the Leafs are going to get blown off by this?
Yeah, 7 games. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
and
The Leafs are. This is the best Leaf team going into the playoffs.
it is
Out of all the three, this is the best Leaf team.
But I just don't like the way they've been playing, man.
Yeah.
They have not been playing well, and that's the
The way
factor.
they've been playing.
But listen,
how
Al,
are you gonna beat these guys?
we see it all the time with that. We see teams just kind of stumble in and then go on a run. We see goalies that just get red hot out of nowhere. The thing with this series, and as a Bruins fan, I know the Boston Bruins do not make things easy for themselves.
The Leafs
do not.
The Leafs, it goes for both teams. Whatever team starts playing their game first and plays it better is going to win. Mm-hmm. If the Leafs can play that run and gun, Boston can play it too, but the Leafs can play it better. The run and gun starts scoring
offensively,
quick,
yes.
taking the hits, start scoring quick.
Yep.
Taking the momentum away from Boston, they're going to be okay. If Boston comes in first and starts crashing and doing their game,
2 goals from the Bergeron line in the first period.
That's my series.
That's what's going to happen.
That's my series X factor for me personally is if that Bergeron, Marchand, Pasternak line can do what it's done all season, then it's good night. Then it's Texas toast. But like we saw last year, guys, just last year, the games that line went off, those are the games the Bruins won. Those other losses, that line did nothing.
That's true.
So that's a huge factor. That's my X factor in this series. And it's an obvious one because it's one of the best lines in the NHL. And if that line's on, you're going to have a very good chance to win.
And you're not a lot more comfortable having John Tavares go up against that Bergeron line?
Yes, that's the kicker there. And thank you for bringing that up.
Right?
Last year, you didn't have that depth.
It's huge, man.
But it didn't make a difference in the regular season.
What do you mean it didn't make a difference in the regular
The Bergeron line owned the Leafs.
Okay, well,
right,
now
but this is now your game planning for a 7-game series.
7 games. It doesn't matter. Okay,
Babcock's going to have a lot to do with it too.
The
That
regular
game
season,
plan.
I'm not confident. I'm not saying it's impossible because it's sports, right?
Yes, and I see what you're saying.
I'm more confident with them going in than the first 2 series. No way you thought 7 games first 2 series.
No, never. You're right.
2 years before they played in 2013, Boston won the Cup.
Right.
I don't know. I don't like the match.
Against that team, Dion Phaneuf and James Reimer, they took Boston to a 7-game series. They took them to a 7-game series. Yeah, anything can happen. They could get killed. They could get smashed 4-0.
It all comes down to Anderson too, I guess.
Anderson too. He's a better
Anderson
goalie
plays
Anderson
red hot against the Bruins. He's got an unbelievable record against Boston.
I'm confident with him. He's just got to play his game. You know he's going to make the saves. He might let in a shit goal here and there.
Yeah,
but he's
going to be a hell of a series.
Both goalies are capable of just stealing the series.
And Rask can have those stinkers like Anderson can have. We saw that last year as well.
Yeah,
both goalies got pulled from a game. So guys, we don't know what's in store for us in the next week and a half to 2 weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I think it's going to be all for just bragging rights and some friendly chirps because that next series against the Lightning, as good as the Bruins look to me this year,
I don't think any team can beat them.
I would not have a dream. I would not have a dream of being able to beat Lightning. Maybe either team can prove us wrong, but that's why I think
they can be beatable.
One of the, like we said before, one of the best teams ever.
Right.
When they play the Leafs, you watch, like, because that's when really I watch them. Right. You watch them, and then it's just like a well-oiled machine. Just pass, open, play, score, very easy.
Okay, what's
next? Washington, Carolina.
Washington, Carolina. Yes, the everybody's favorite lovable team, the Carolina Hurricanes.
I'm happy that happened because we talked about it. That surge that got them into the playoffs.
You think so?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. That got them into the playoffs.
Oh man, I don't think I like it still. But if it got them to the playoffs,
I said I didn't like it at the beginning, but and the way they ended it was perfect.
Did you see it?
What did they do? Perfect. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. No, how they made it not even their last home game of the season. It was just the last game. They said, this is the last one. I didn't see the last. Oh, no, they just did the regular one. The one they always did.
They always do.
Yeah, the
last one when they made it in was cool, though, because they won, and then at the same time, almost, the other team that had to lose lost.
Right.
So they're like, we're in. Boom.
Yeah. They found out.
Brindamore after was like,
yeah, we're in. We're in.
We in?
He found out as soon as he got off the ice. They had the game. They put it up on the board. Yeah, it was cool.
They were going mental. Fans were crying.
Yeah, but it was funny seeing good. I like seeing fans
were crying.
Carolina.
I guess that's what you want as a hockey fan.
It's amazing.
You don't not want to be in.
Yeah.
No, but even as guys like us, like you want to see teams that aren't traditional.
I wish this started tonight. Hockey?
Get some success in that franchise. And a part of me kind of says, who cares? I don't care about Carolina. But it is good for the game. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's good for the game for markets like that, like Carolina, to thrive and get some playoff runs and excite that fan base. The skeptic in me, though, the negative part of me says, we'll see next year when they start the season 5-13 and then no fans show up and this is all done. Yeah. So that's the other side of it. But it's good. It's a good positive story. But the not so much positive running into the Washington Capitals and Alexander Ovechkin in the first round.
You know what? I filled out a bracket.
You filled one out?
Yeah, I did. Nice. So I'll tell you who I took in this one.
Yeah, tell us who
I took Carolina.
Wow. Upsetting the Stanley Cup champs.
Yeah, they're done.
What? They finished 4th in the league.
Too much partying.
Just top 5?
Ovechkin scored over 50 goals.
Too much partying. I think Carolina might just want it more. That's all at this point.
Yeah, again, it comes down to that playoff factor, that playoff experience. You're going Braden Holtby up against Peter Mrazek.
No, I'm going Washington.
I got to take a team with Holtby over Peter Mrazek. Okay. But
good.
That's the easy answer. So far, I got all favorites in mind. I don't even think we didn't pick a winner of the Toronto Boston.
Okay, let's pick.
I say Boston's gonna win. They do.
Okay.
No, so he did pick. No,
I did. I say Boston's gonna win. Okay. They're gonna win like 5.
I think the Leafs. Leafs are gonna win it.
Jay, you're so shit, man.
I'm not getting into the whole reason, but guys, third time. It's 3 times.
Because you think they're gonna find out what you think?
They might know.
Maybe we should look at that. Some
Maple Leaf rep is going to be listening to this podcast. And
good idea, Jay.
It's going to go to Babcock. It's going to be, hey, you know what I heard? Did you ever think of this? Man. But that's the East. Let's do the West. Let's move on to the West. The first
I
series.
take Washington in that series too.
I'm going to take Washington as well.
Okay, go on.
The St. Louis Blues, guys. Winnipeg Jets caught a bit of an unlucky draw here. They get the red-hot St. Louis Blues in the first round. That is going to be a beautiful later in the evening start time. Yeah. Not the late one.
Yeah.
That was 8 o'clock starts.
Winnipeg is not doing well going into the playoffs.
And St. Louis is on the opposite side, coming in red-hot.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a series to keep an eye on. Something tells me, guys, I'll start off here. Something tells me the Blues are gonna ride this wave. For some reason, like you said, the Jets just have been a little bit inconsistent.
They had a players-only meeting this past week.
Yeah.
So that could do one of two things. It could do nothing. Right. That's the one option. Or it could galvanize the team.
Right. So I'm leaning on the Blues on that one, guys.
I'm taking the Blues, too.
You're going to take the Blues, too.
I am taking Winnipeg in 5. Clean.
Oh, wow.
They're just going to start playing like Winnipeg can play.
Yeah.
I think they turn on the switch.
I think I had them
But how could
going
Winnipeg play?
to the conference
They played
final.
last year.
Yeah.
Catch it. Catch a lightning in the bottle again.
Yeah. I just
Do it.
think
You got to
that-
eventually play like that again. You know that you can play like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm banking on.
Jordan Binnington, let's remember too, no playoff experience. Hellebuck had a pretty solid year, not as good as last year, but yeah, that's going to be a hell of a series. Can't wait to get that going. But
You got Winnipeg there for sure.
Nashville Predators take on the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars, that kind of team that just hung around that wild card spot all season long. Not too many ups, not too many downs. They're based obviously on goal scoring, but Bishop has come into his own this last little part of the season. Had that great stretch. If not for injuries, who knows how long he could have pulled that shutout streak.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting series, guys. Like the Predators obviously finished pretty high. They're a really solid team this year. But they weren't. I don't know. Nothing really convinced me.
See, I think they took a step back from last year.
Yeah, same. They're very similar to a Winnipeg. Very similar.
You know,
And
and again, that's maybe another team that's gonna just it's the playoffs, and now I'm gonna play high tempo again.
they
right?
got that great playoff atmosphere in Smashville there.
But I like Dallas in this.
Yeah, you're gonna take another underdog.
I don't know why.
They can score. They can score. But
I like
Nashville's
Dallas in
D.
Yeah, they have to play.
Yeah.
Right, I think if it's all about who comes to play playoff hockey, in my opinion.
And I think Nashville's more well-rounded for that, so I'm gonna stick with
Okay.
another favorite and go Nashville as well. And then our last, our second last series, the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the San Jose Sharks. That again, two pretty solid teams meeting in the first round.
Played by Yelich?
No, let me see. Another game of the night.
This
Deep
guy,
fly ball into center field.
great catch.
Great catch.
Yelich makes a diving
Falls
catch.
after, yeah.
Falls, bobbles it a little bit, guns it to second.
What?
No bounce. Picks
Gun-
up Pujols.
Wow.
Why would
Double
they show that?
Double play.
Oh my god,
We
he's
missed the
so
first
good,
one.
man. MVP.
Yeah. That's
MVP.
What MVP does. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Last.
That's
series.
okay.
Mariners.
No, second last one.
Listen to this one. 2 home runs in 1 inning for Easy.
Wow.
Oh,
Edwin just hit
good for him.
2 home runs in 1 inning for the Seattle
Good for
Mariners. That doesn't really happen that often, I don't
No,
think.
doesn't.
Okay, so yeah, the Golden Knights and San Jose Sharks finished 2-3 in the Pacific. I got the Sharks in this only because of my boy Jumbo Joe. Would really like to see him get some playoff success this year. And I just think the Golden Knights, they rode Fleury on a really good run in kind of the beginning of the second half of the season, but they've cooled off a little bit.
Yeah,
the Sharks are getting...
I don't believe in them anymore.
I think
Sharks
Carlson
are
is
better team.
back. I think he's going to be back. I didn't see anything recently, but he should be back. And I got a soft spot for the Sharks because of
I'm
Jumbo
going
Joe.
Sharks too there.
Okay, clean Sharks.
Clean sweep with the
Sharks
with the
over Vegas. I think it's almost
The
it's
Sharks
almost
are a
their
team, too,
turn.
that
It's almost
need
the
to-
Sharks' turn.
Well,
Right?
it's been their turn for
Yeah, how many years now?
I know.
the last decade now.
Right.
More.
Then we got Calgary, Colorado.
Calgary, Colorado, which
I like that one. That's fun.
that looks like it's going to be some good hockey in that
That's fun.
series too.
Really looking like it's going to be a fun one.
But again, Calgary Flames finished 17 points more than the Colorado
That's
Avalanche
a 2
this year.
versus 17.
Yeah, so that's almost a true
Yeah.
playoff series.
Yeah.
When you look on talent of each team.
There you go.
But yeah, I think that one as well. I think it's safe to say we're gonna clean sweep that one.
I'm taking Calgary.
Calgary. I'd like to see the Calgary Flames have some playoff success. That's a team they're a Canadian team. I'd like to see them do well.
It'd be cool to have a Calgary Winnipeg conference final.
That's something that's what Canadian hockey in Canada is missing, is that deep late in the playoff kind of conference final matchup between two Canadian teams that has the whole country buzzing.
I remember when Calgary was in the final.
Yeah, against the. Do you remember? You remember? So we were pretty young. We were probably like 20.
A replay this year. Then
we were probably like
sure
22 at that time. Do you guys remember when we used to go party at clubs? We were at a club, and the DJ came on the mic and said,
"Oh my God, I do remember
the Calgary
this.
Flames are the Stanley Cup champions." Yeah. And we all like celebrated, bought shots. We're not even Calgary fans, but I guess because it was
felt like the right thing.
Yeah, it was a Canadian team, right? And then we left that night, and we didn't have phones with like internet back then. So I think we got back to my cousin Marco's place, and we were watching Sports Desk, and we saw that the goal was disallowed, and Tampa Bay ended up.
Back then, Jay.
We were 21.
Yeah,
it was 04.
Wow.
15 years ago. We were 20.
I do remember this vividly.
Right, we were 20. We didn't have. What did you have?
I guess nothing. Yeah.
You had nothing. You barely had $30.
Yeah.
Your what?
Cell phone. What did I have?
A cell phone. Yeah, and we got back to the house, and that's what we saw on Sports Desk, that Tampa ended up winning that game in overtime.
What? We were like, what?
Yeah, wait a minute. I thought the Stanley Cup's over.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's funny. Was Stamkos on that team?
No. That was 15 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah, Le Cavalier.
Yes, Le Cavalier, St. Louis.
Yeah. Dave Anderchuk.
Davey Anderchuk, yeah. Davey, that was the year he won his cup. 04, there you go. So
he was Mr.
15,
Tampa Bay.
Almost 15 years ago. Yeah, exactly 15 years ago.
There you go.
Wow, we were 20 years old. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, that it would be nice to see Calgary, a Canadian team, get pretty far. I think they look like one of the most poised teams to have a nice long playoff. Do you guys? Here's something that's always bugged me. Are you guys proponents of the? It's a Canadian team, so I want them to win.
No,
I don't care. I used to. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't care anymore.
I'm the same way.
I don't care at all.
And that
I want the opposite. I'd rather like a Tampa win.
Like I heard that a lot when Boston played Vancouver in the finals.
I want the Leafs to be the next.
That was.
I heard a lot.
I think I was done. I think I was done by that time already.
Yeah.
When that happened, I didn't care.
Everyone kept saying, I'm going for Vancouver because they're a Canadian team. But first of all, Boston has more Canadians on the team.
Yeah, that's why I didn't care.
In that year, Boston had more Canadians.
I used to.
That's why
probably Tampa and Calgary was probably the last time.
Yeah.
Calgary was like, okay, I want Calgary.
We were 19, 20. Yeah. We didn't know better.
Calgary,
we didn't know better. We were idiots.
I want Calgary to win.
Back then, I didn't want them.
No, that was my last one for sure.
Yeah.
Now that I remember that,
because we were let down. We got false hope that Calgary won. I hate when people use that argument.
I don't want Montreal to win. I don't want
Montreal to win.
No.
Ever?
No.
Do I want Montreal? Did you just ask me if I want Montreal to win ever?
Nobody really does.
No.
They'll never be number one.
I don't want Ottawa to win.
I don't want Ottawa to win.
I don't want Vancouver to win.
I hate Vancouver. I hate all those teams. Right? The only team I kind of like is Edmonton.
Because it's got a heritage. Yeah, it's got the Gretzky effect, right?
I don't mind them either.
Edmonton has the Gretzky. You feel it's like, it's Edmonton,
he just did another
right?
bomb, this guy.
Trout with the catch at the wall. No kidding. On Yelich. Wow. Gives him a little smirk on the jog back to the dugout.
Was that out?
Mike Trout is a fucking badass, eh?
He is a badass.
This guy.
Is a badass.
And I'm happy he's badass.
Look at this guy.
Did this go out though? It didn't look like
I don't know if he saved it from...
I think it was going out. It was going out 100%.
Oh, I think it was going out.
100%.
Show the right... Yeah. Not even this one.
Do you know how hard it is to make? Yes.
The play
yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to make this play?
Yeah. It's two MVPs just laughing it up there.
Smirking at each other.
Just laughing it up.
Like
Mike Trout. Everybody's all smiles except for Trout.
Mike Trout might be, if I had to pick one professional athlete right now to be, he's in the top 5.
He might be in the top 3.
Might be even top 3, top 2. If you had to pick one athlete
right now
to be.
Good question.
He's Mike Trout.
Wow.
He lives in LA. You play in LA.
Yeah, Trout.
Signed for another 10 years.
Doing pretty well with the ladies, I'm sure.
Oh, his bar game is up there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, stoic, though.
Stoic.
I don't know, LeBron James?
Figure.
Oh, no.
LeBron James is probably the easy pick.
Right?
Like, why wouldn't you be LeBron James?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be a billionaire,
Yeah.
sure. And probably one of the best basketball players to ever play.
Well, Trout,
the same
might
thing.
be
You could say
one
absolutely.
of the best baseball players of all time.
But LeBron's got the 3 championships, right? Trout doesn't have a
I
playoff.
don't know, I just think I like playing baseball better.
Yeah. I would definitely play. I would beat Trout, yes, over.
Right, Trout's he's up there.
factors into
He's
it.
up there. He's top. He's got to be top 3, top 5 athlete. I'd want to be like in hockey. Yes, I'd probably want to be Connor McDavid.
Right.
Like that would feel amazing to be that amazing at hockey.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
I'd pick
Tiger
Messi.
Woods.
I'd pick Messi.
Woodsy.
Woods.
I would pick Tiger Woods for sure. I would pick
Woods.
Tiger Woods for sure.
Woodsy like his caddy. I'd pick his caddy.
I just want to. I don't even want to be Tiger Woods. I just want to be his caddy.
Just chill though.
Yeah, I got off on a little random subject there, but
Yeah,
it's not of that
hockey.
watching thing. But yeah,
Playoffs.
that finishes up the first round. I think we got a lot to spoil us with in the next couple weeks. The best time of year,
Best week of the year.
the best week of the year, hands down. It's going to be a great week of NHL and NBA playoffs. Boy, the wives are not going to be too happy with the amount of sports being watched on the television.
It's gonna happen though.
At this time. This is when you just it's playoffs.
It's 1 week.
It's the playoffs.
Babe, it's playoffs.
Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta do it for my podcast.
This is one time a year. And then they rebuttal with one. No, this is every week of the year. And you're like, yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, it's true. But this is more important. This week is the most important.
This is the best week of the year.
So yeah, sports extravaganza this week, second week of April, and I'm sure that'll give us a lot to talk about next week on the podcast.
Jay's Stag on Friday.
Yeah, we'll do some updates
10%
from the
off if
the
you
Watch the
mention.
Yeah.
Jays game on the big
Red
screen.
Leaf Sports. DM us #Red Leaf Sports. So yeah, that's I think that does it, boys. You got anything else to pop
Enjoy
in
the
before
week,
we
guys. Enjoy
Have
the
fun.
week.
Have a good
Yeah.
week.
Have your fill. Try and have your fill.
soak it all in and enjoy?
Picks
because
for the Masters. You got DJ. I got Rory. Jay's going.
Oh man, should I go?
Yep.
I'm gonna
don't
go
do
with. Should I go with Al's boy, Tiger Woods?
Oh.
I'd love for you to do that.
I'll do it just for shits and gigs.
Good.
Hey.
So I can officially say Tiger Woods is back.
Yeah.
If he wins the Masters, I will say, you know what? If he finishes top 3 this tournament, I will say Tiger Woods is back. Even though I'm going against my point of he needs to win a tournament to be back, I'll say top 3 finish. I'll admit he's back. Until
Relevant
then,
on Sunday.
relevant, very relevant on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that happens.
Relevant enough to make me put it on and watch a lot of it.
I'm gonna watch a lot of it.
Because if he's not in the top 10, I'm probably not going to watch much. Unless there's a great battle coming down the last few holes. But, all right, boys. Let's wrap this baby up. As always, we want to
Put a
thank you
bow on
guys
this puppy.
for tuning in and listening to episode 27 this week. We hope to catch you guys tuning in next week. You're listening to the Red Leaf Sports Podcast.